Hello everyone, this is Chromý and together we will continue the course Interdisciplinary Approaches to Language and its Use 2. In this presentation we will talk about what we call variety-based model of language variation. First and foremost, we need to define the key concept of this approach, which is the language variety. Richard Hudson, in his book Sociolinguistics, defines it as a set of linguistic items with similar social distribution. This is important because language variety presents a rather neutral concept which we can use for various sets of items which we may otherwise call languages, dialects, registers, styles, and so on. A variety of English thus is, for example, Standard English, Southern American English, Administrative Style in English, Madurese, Afro-American Vernacular English, and so on. Variety-based model of language variation focuses on the distribution of language varieties. In other words, it analyzes how the language is stratified into varieties. There are various approaches to language stratification. In Czech linguistics, which has a long tradition of focusing on language stratification, three key characteristics of the language situation are typically distinguished. The first is the function of the varieties, the second, the territory of use of varieties, and the third are the speakers speaking the variety. These three characteristics enable us to see a language as a complex stratified system of varieties. Different varieties may be distinguished based on their functions. In Anglo-American linguistics, the term register is often used in this sense. Register is a variety of a language defined by the function it serves in communication. A similar term in Germanic and Slavic linguistics is style. We can also approach language varieties based on the number of functions they may serve. In this sense, the standard language is typically described as multifunctional, whereas regional dialects as monofunctional. Needless to say, this view is rather problematic because it is not clear how to establish the function or functions which a particular variety has. In contrast to the function criterion, the territory criterion is much more applicable. We may distinguish between regional dialects as varieties used in smaller, typically rural areas, interdialects or regional coinage as varieties which are used in a broader area and are typically a result of dialect contact, and standard languages which are used even in a larger territory. Particular language situations in different countries may differ largely from this perspective. For example, in the Czech Republic, standard language is typically learned in schools, whereas in other countries, such as in Germany, it is a native variety for a large part of the society. The last criterion which we mentioned was social criterion. The key factor here are the users of the given variety. For example, we may distinguish the Czech train slang, adolescent German, or Mexican American English. In all these cases, the varieties are defined by the social groups of their users. Before we will conclude this presentation, I have one reading tip for you. If you are interested in the variety-based approach to language variation, you should read the chapter Varieties from Richard Hudson's book Sociolinguistics. If you enjoyed the presentations, we would be glad if you would like them on YouTube. That is all from me now. See you next time.